What's up? We're Like Moths To Flames. This is Rock Forever Magazine.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever Magazine, and I am here right now with the guys from Like Moths To Flames. How's it going today?
What's up? It's going well, here in Tampa. It's super humid and raining.
I know. Picked a good day to come to Orlando. The most humid day probably out of the year.
Yeah. Anything beats the snow though. It's winter.
That's true. I mean, the rest of the country's snowing. We don't have that, so that's a plus. Well, we are going to start with some finished sentence for you guys. So now the most memorable fan experience was when? You guys are on tour right now, so you got to have something good. Or craziest, most memorable.
I think when people bring out their own instruments and have us sign them, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've had, people will bring out like their guitar and be like, yeah, this is what I play with. I want you guys to sign it and put it on my wall. I mean, positive-wise, fan experience.
No.
Or like fan tattoos. Fans that get tattoos of our band is really awesome.
That is
like that
pretty
a lot.
crazy.
I liked when
Crazy to
people
see.
like wear crazy suits in the crowd too. Like we've seen like a
like
bunny
banana
or like a banana suit
yeah.
before. Yeah.
I love those.
We
I feel
like
like you
those.
see a lot of those at Warped Tour too, and you guys were on
Yeah.
Warped Tour, so I'm sure you saw those pretty much every day, right?
It's like 1,000 degrees out. I don't know how they didn't pass out.
Spider-Man costumes and
Yeah.
stuff.
Like of all places. And now your dream tour lineup would be, how about we pass the mic down so each of you guys can add one?
You can go first.
Dream tour lineup with us on it.
Well, of course.
How many
Okay.
Bands, how many bands can it be?
I say unlimited. We could make this a festival.
Okay, let's
But
start with
we do
this.
have
Be here all night.
I was gonna say, we have a time limit on this interview though.
All right.
Jay-Z, Justin Timberlake, Kanye West, Like Moths To Flames.
That seems like relevant.
I don't even want to go now.
Arenas
Greatest thing
arenas
ever.
only though.
That's
Arenas
intense.
only or stadiums. Depends on the time of year.
I don't know really how to top that. I would probably pick Meshuggah, or Lamb of God, and us. I'd probably pick.
and Meshuggah.
Yeah, both
I mean,
of
we could
them.
make this all one giant tour lineup between all of you guys. So then you'd have all of his plus all of yours.
Yeah, and then Eli. I know you'd pick John Mayer. You'd have to have John Mayer.
Yeah, maybe John Mayer, Tech 9. Probably throw some Juicy J on there, and then Like Moss. It'd be sick.
That is going to be an interesting crowd, a diverse crowd.
Yeah, possibly Elton
Yeah.
John too.
Oh yeah,
If
well
he
just
can-
throw
if he
that in the
can get
mix.
him. Yeah.
And now the best prank you ever witnessed was when?
Uh,
Are you guys
Tour
pranksters?
prank?
Any prank, really.
we're not like really tour pranksters, but I've witnessed a couple like raunchy tour pranks from band to band.
When
Such as?
Well,
Can we specify?
we can. I'm not gonna say what band it is, but there's like a feud going on. It was friendly, of course, and they're using bottles of urine because we pee in the trailer in bottles because that's what we do. They would have a van war, and so one of the bands got so fed up with it that they took a McDonald's cup, a sweet tea cup, dropped a deuce in it, and covered it up, poked holes in it, hid it under the band's one of their benches, and waited until the end of the tour to tell them. And their entire band smelled horrible until like the last couple of days. That was a good tour prank.
Vans smell so bad to begin with, they probably wouldn't even know. That's probably a good prank, actually.
Probably a
Our
good one.
van smells so bad.
I
all
wouldn't even tell,
times.
honestly.
Yeah, I'd probably just think it was just.
Yeah,
fucking-
it's like, oh, it's normal.
That is so gross. moving along to the last finished sentence here. One fun fact fans might not know about you is
None of us really listen to metal.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from
Zach.
every night at the shows, right?
Yeah.
So
Zach, that's his.
you guys are listening to everything you mentioned in your dream tour lineups, basically. Interesting.
Like top 40. Listen, but we do listen to metal, but not like all the time. Except for Zach. Zach's. It's his.
I love
Metalhead.
like Kendrick Lamar though.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar and like ASAP
Just
Rocky.
like really
I
like
love rap.
really, yeah. Thrash metal, just like the most intense rap music.
Yeah. So do you guys find that the different music you listen to influences your sound at all? I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah? Have some rapping going on the next album?
I mean, it depends.
Directly, like,
I mean, it depends who comes in with it. If it's like, Dre or someone like that wants to do it. But other
Yeah,
than
Drake-
that, maybe
Dr. Dre comes
Eminem.
in,
I don't know.
You
Like
know.
someone
Dr.
on
Dre
that
wants to be
level,
on the
yeah.
show,
But
but
other
yes.
than that, probably not.
Yeah. Well, you guys, speaking of your music, you have an album, An Eye for an Eye, out right now. What do you guys do differently on this album to top your previous releases, as far as, musical style, songwriting, all that kind of stuff?
Took our time.
Yeah, it was more like more spread out. Like we kind of had like guitarists and then vocals and drums all working separately.
Right.
So it'd be like these guys would be like working with the producer and like coming up with like scratch ideas for songs. And then once they had like a song, like the skeleton, they would send it to me, and I was working with like an engineer to do drums. You put drums to it, send it back to them, and they're like, this sucks or this is awesome, bring it back. And then Chris was like, once we would figure all that out, we'd send it to him, like demos or whatever, and then he would be doing vocals on his own while like we started recording and tracking. So I feel like, and it wasn't as rushed. So, and I don't know, we just had like more time and like a better vibe than
We had more time to get the sound that we wanted with everything.
Right.
It's like more technical, so we
So I
could
guess
think of it, like think through it.
more attention to detail, I guess, just because you
pretty
have more time and you can do one thing at a time. And there were a couple guest vocalists on this album. You had Shane from Silverstein and the vocalist from the Amity Affliction, which, how do we say his name without an accent? Aaron?
That's all.
I feel like you kind of have to have his accent in order to say his name, so there you go. But how did both of those collaborations come about, and how is it working with them?
Where's the buddies?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
toured them previously, so we just asked.
Yeah, we toured. We didn't think either of them. Well, when we first like were talking about the album, they asked about guest vocalists, and like we didn't. I know a lot of bands go with like, you know, I don't know, kind of the same vocalists. We feel like have been showing up in a lot of the same albums that have been being put out, and we were just like, let's just go with dudes that we love live and just, you know, as people. And we tried, like at first we were like, yeah, Shane and Aaron were going to do it. And then they were like, oh, we don't know with touring schedules, but they both managed to do it and send it over to us. I mean, I'm pretty sure they both actually did it in Australia and sent it to us. So, because Amity was there and Silverstein was over touring there, and Shane got in at a studio there and was able to do it. So,
Yeah. Well, I'm glad those worked out because those are two amazing vocalists. So to have them on your album is pretty cool. And you released a music video a few months ago for I Solemnly Swear. How did the concept for that video come about? What inspired you guys with that?
Our first video for Learn Your Place on our first CD. It's kind of like a part 2. So that's just how it came about. The guys who filmed it kind of had the idea. It's like kind of making a part 2.
So can you explain the storyline for anybody who hasn't seen the video yet of part 1 and part 2?
it's like,
No, I can't. I'm not really good with describing lyrics.
Well, at least you're honest. Anybody got?
the story. I mean, we was obviously set like older times, like 1800s and stuff like that. So we all like kind of did like the dress up thing, like
The poofy white shirt.
And I think it was, you know, it was about like a guy, and he was getting like exiled or like. Not discriminated against, but like his townspeople were like going after him because he was different. He was doing different shit and like writing about different stuff, and they thought, you know, he was, what's the word I'm looking for? Not pagan.
He was in trouble.
Yeah, he was just like whatever. They were going after him, and then like the next video we did for I Solemnly Swear was like what happened like right before that.
It's like the aftermath of it.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was beforehand. I don't know, but it was regardless of it. Yeah, it was. So we thought it might be weird connecting from albums, but we were like, the guys who were doing the video were like, yeah, this will be awesome to do it. They brought back the same actors and everything
Right.
for it, so we loved it.
Can we make this a trilogy now? Can we have like a third part?
We talked about
Please?
it, but we don't know. I don't know.
I don't know where else it could go.
Yeah, I don't think I put on that outfit again. It's really itchy.
So
I was dressed
So
like a
hot.
pilgrim. Literally, I felt like a pilgrim, and it was really hot.
Yeah.
When we first did it, I had a top hat and it just didn't even stay on. Stayed on for like a second. Didn't work.
So now you need to make another one so you can have the top hat.
Yeah.
it's crucial.
That's why. It is crucial. No, but you guys released An Eye for an Eye. It's been less than a year, so I know it's kind of early to be asking about this, but have you guys started thinking about new music for 2014? Because, I mean, you've been releasing new music every year since 2010,
Probably
so.
around springtime, summertime. Start writing.
Yeah.
Have you guys thought about where you want to go next with your music, how you want to progress from here?
Probably just gonna jump into it and just flow. See how it goes.
Still keep
That's
our
like-
same sound.
Yeah, like just I don't know. We always want to progress.
master
Yeah,
it,
just
I
progress.
guess.
Keep
We
it
want to
better.
progress, but not change up too much.
Yeah.
And then, when we start like writing, we'll just see how we all start flowing.
It's like every album, like we progress as musicians. So then we try to put that in our music so people can tell.
We get better at our instruments individually, which
Yeah.
makes it a better record, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm sure playing on tour every night, you obviously get better as time goes on, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But so you think we'll see an album in 2014? Is that what we're looking at? 2014 album? Are we pushing it?
Recording in 2014 will go down,
Yeah.
but
We don't know
I don't know.
release yet.
I don't think a full length. I think
I feel like I'm kind of pushing it, asking, because you haven't even started yet.
We talk about it, we just don't really know, but we're definitely writing new music.
We have a bunch of we have a bunch of ideas of what we want to do with it coming out, but
Yeah, we just
As
haven't
far as like
decided
a
yet.
date, we're not.
Well, I figured an exact date is really too much, but I am excited to hear it in the future, so we'll see where that goes. And if you guys had to come up with a mission statement of overall as a band, what you want to accomplish through music, what would it be?
Man.
Change people's lives for the better. I don't
I don't
know.
know. I just want to have fun.
Yeah,
I
just
want
have
to get
fun
on
playing music
stage,
that we like
headbang
playing.
with my friends, and I don't know. That's really why we started doing it. Like, it's why I picked
Yeah.
up an instrument. It's why we all do it together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
the fact that kids come up to you and say like, "Oh, your music like is so important to me. Like, it's my life." It's like
Totally.
that's what makes it
yeah, that's why.
everything that we do.
or like those like, because we all went out to like the Warped Tours and stuff when we were younger, like 16, 17, and we still talk about like, yo man, we saw Under Oath 2007, like I was
Yeah.
front row
Yeah.
getting crushed by, like, just for like kids of that age who are just starting their own bands to maybe talk about like in 5 years, like, oh yeah, I saw like Like Moths To Flames like at
that'd be
Warped
so
Tour
cool.
5 years ago. I was front row, it was so sick, and now I'm in my own band doing my own thing. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like a legacy
Yeah,
thing.
it's like a cycle.
Yeah, like a full circle moment, I guess. And you hear so many bands having these deep mission statements, but I think ultimately you need to have fun doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
literally-
it's good to hear you guys are.
That's why we're in it.
Yeah.
It's have fun, fun music.
And what is one common misconception, pun intended, haha, that you guys would like to clear up for anybody who may have these misconceptions?
About
You know,
what?
clear the air. Just about the band.
Mm,
Do you think there are any?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
I guess that's a good thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I mean, unless they say like we suck or something,
know.
and our band stinks.
You think we're assholes? We're not assholes.
We're just very sarcastic.
We're assholes to each other
Yeah.
in like a loving, sarcastic, awful, mean way. But other than that, I don't know. I mean, we're not really high maintenance. We're not anything. If you know, I don't know if people throw out like we act like we're bigger than we are, because we're not. We're like the biggest fucking idiots ever.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely immature.
No, like we're just like we go with the flow in anything.
Yeah.
We just I don't know. We're just
Well,
down
true.
to hang out at all times
Yeah.
and do
no
whatever.
matter who it's with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's a good sign they can't think of any serious misconceptions, or else
I mean,
that
hopefully
would-
there's no.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably go ask around, but we just haven't
It's like,
really
yo,
heard
like, what's
any.
bad about our band? People's like, oh, well.
Well, here's the list. They probably have
Here's
a
a
list,
list.
but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing comes
Hopefully,
to mind.
I mean, no one has a list.
Yeah. It's like, well, where do we start?
Yeah.
And you guys are on tour right now with Ford today. What is coming up for you guys right after this that fans can look forward to?
Right after this.
Listen to White.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
South by
true.
So What?
Yeah, that goes through like all the. We're doing a couple South by Southwest, South by So What festivals, and then right after that, yeah, we just been confirming a bunch of stuff. That's all gonna get announced. But yeah, it's gonna be a good year.
Yep.
Ton of
Totally.
touring all over the place,
All over the place.
all over the world. So.
Yeah. And what about Warped Tour 2014? I had a couple fan questions about that. No.
Nope.
I mean, you guys were on last year, so I mean, take a break. It's a rough tour,
Yeah, kids
so.
asked us because they thought we heard, and we were like, nope, not on it.
Not this year.
Yeah, we'll be back though.
We
It's
will
not.
be back.
We'll be back. Soon.
And also, anybody wants to follow you guys on your social networks, Twitter, Facebook, and find your music online, where can they go?
At LMTF.
At LMTF.
Facebook, I think it's just slash
Moths
like
To
Moths.
Flames. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Moths To Flames.
Yeah.
And then all of our personals are in that. So if you want to see all
Follow
the
our personal
you see all the
quotes that
dumbass
we say.
stuff we post.
Yeah.
All the
yeah,
goofy
you can follow
pictures
it.
we take, yeah. You
All
can-
right. Well, sounds great. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. It has been awesome. Everybody watching, make sure you check out Like Moths To Flames, their album An Eye for an Eye. You could get that on iTunes. And subscribe for more interviews, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Yeah.